watching KXAN Austin News at 6.
Wasted on the water. It's a concern in the Hill Country as thousands flock to area lakes this summer. No refusal blood draws are in effect 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Today, local law enforcement debuted their first task force to fight drunken boaters. They'll focus on Lake Buchanan, Inks Lake, Lake LBJ, and Lake Marble Falls. And KXAN's Erin Cargile has the story.
We are here on Lake LBJ in Burnett County, one of the hill country lakes where local law enforcement will be cracking down on drunk boaters. Now, this lake really attracts a lot of people when it gets hot and dry in central Texas because the lake level stays about the same year-round. Between the wind and choppy waves, we had to look hard to find another boat on the water Friday.
And the first thing I need you to do is everybody grab a life jacket.
LCRA Ranger Al Chitwood rarely passes up the chance to do a safety check and will have his hands full when summer is in full swing in a few weeks.
It's not unusual to make 100 boat stops a weekend.
About 90% have alcohol on board, which is perfectly legal unless the driver is drunk. Spotting them can be tricky.
It's more difficult on the water.
Red flags tend to pop up during these routine stops, like slurred speech, the overpowering smell, and trouble standing up. This group from Austin was perfectly fine, but last summer, this ranger recalls a drunk man's failed attempt at flirting.
And he was running in real close trying to splash her, and he missed. And she had her arm down, and they crashed between the two jet skis. And I know she had several surgeries, and that could have been a lot worse than it was.
Back on land, game wardens, highway patrol, local police, deputies, and prosecutors gathered together to show they are all on board when it comes to keeping drunk boaters off hill country lakes and roads.
And if you were old enough to drink beer, you'd be drinking beer and having a ball. You know, nobody thought too much about it, and it's just, we can't do that anymore. The lakes are crowded, and they're crowded with a lot of innocent people.
During the drought of 2009, when Lake Travis dropped drastically, hill country lakes like LBJ became boating hotspots. Officers welcome the crowds who use common sense.
If you're drinking, get a designated driver.
Now, there is no such thing as no refusal weekends out here. Local law enforcement can draw your blood with a warrant anytime, day or night, if you refuse a breath test. On Lake LBJ in Burnett County, Erin Cargile, KXAN Austin News.